Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Alright, let's continue to play this. I already started the game. And let's play. Alright. Let's open the center and try to castle bring the rook because he can do the same and pressure this c file, so we need to be sure we are not blundering that. Okay, bishop is coming, castle is coming, and that's all. Okay, he can some like knight c3 and then try to create opposite bishop, but anyway, that's not bad. Alright, now probably bishop g4 and knight jump, actually. Try to destroy this king side. Oh, hello, Brilliantor. Nice to see you again. Yes, how much is your bullet right now? 740, like, yes? That's a pin, but I can defend with different ways, and yes, that's not a threat. Okay, d3 is very weak, so I will force it to go bishop back and defend all this. I'm just pressuring, like bishop g4, h5 won't work. He will force to take, and if it's not just forced to go back, which isn't great there. Alright, what about c4 or takes? No, I can trade, but he's losing a pawn. But I believe after this trade d5 should be protected, right? Alright, you can do that for sure, Brilliantor. Just don't care about pieces so much in bullet games. Try to 1+0 if you can. And play more faster than more complex. Yes, in rapid I believe you can. Try to be a little bit like defensive thinking, Your attack is great, but you need to care about what your opponent is trying to do. Alright, I'm up a pawn, my bishops are really active here. So c file is open, e file is open. Let's see what we can get from here. Hello bro, Ritesh, right? I remember your name. How are you? Let's bring the queen and actually get out from this pin here. We can even take b2, but I don't know, can he create really great attack on my position or not? Still that's protected, but he can kick that easily. Okay, now that's pinned. Ah, really? I will see that game. Brilliant. Let's go bishop back and try to create a threat on this diagonal, so the knight isn't here to prevent from all that tactics actually. So even if I go back, just should be a little bit defensive. Even I can take. Yes, I think I still need to keep my bishop there. I'm playing with you. Alright, alright. Oh, really? Okay, brilliant, no problem. Can I here and take the knight because that's good. Rook d8 takes. But I need to keep my rook here. Just to defend the f7 so I can't take, okay? Okay, now everything guarded. This knight is gonna lose, I believe. So queen f5 won't work to protect the knight, and some other backward moves won't be. If you didn't cheat, you cannot be banned, I'm gonna say. How much percent you have your accuracy? Right, I'm gonna take the knight here, and how can I continue this? Probably even this is traded won't be bad, but actually I will try to just have my pieces on that second rank. You know, already my rook is coming some bishop d4 and no, he hasn't dark square bishop, so I can pressure with very much pieces actually on this f2, h2. He's gonna lose the knight, some bishop d4, queen c5, and should be game over. Oh, really? How many moves you played? Like, 10 or something? When you are tricking him in opening, that's, you know, that won't ban that. Oh, 2080-50? 2850. I don't know. I don't know. Here he can pin bishop d4 and bishop d4. Can I sacrifice or don't know? Sorry, Ritesh, I can't make a draw. It's not a drawn position. Alright, let's see. Sorry, Ritesh. 31? What is 31? Alright, now I can like bishop back or even okay, he's opening this white square, so bishop jumps, so if rook moves, this f2 will be unguarded, like with one another piece, but I will try to be a little bit trickier because I will force him to move the rook and f2 will be under attack. You know, if I attack on the rook and rook moves bishop d4, he will understand my plan. Probably not now, okay? That's the trickiest part, and alright, I needed not so much seconds to know this move, but actually, yes, g3 was a move that he didn't need to play, which is actually opening these white squares, which he doesn't need to do that. Alright, that's all. How brilliant her. Okay, Ritesh, do you want a rematch? Just because that was a rapid game, I don't like to be like 1700 in my rapid, you know? Somehow I'm playing, I don't want to play some bots. Alright, why I did 10 minutes? Alright, let's play this. See what we can get. Some like e5, e5. That's why it looks like Elechin's gambit here. Not every woman, but I don't know. How much was her rating there? Yes, Magnus seen it to end, yes. Can you find me on chess.com? In that pin message there is my chess.com account. You can find me and send me friend request. After this game I will play with you. Okay? When someone plays d4 and d5 at responsible, did you win him with England? Win her with England gambit? If yes, I don't think they will ban for that. Because that's opening, everyone knows that. Did you win him with win her with England or not? Okay, Ritesh. I thought you were gonna accept my rematch challenge, but it seems you didn't want it. Didn't want. Alright, let's get it straight and bring the queen in that center. Like e5, but actually I'm letting him d5, so even knight d4, I don't know. My light squares could be weak here. Oh, great one. I think you can even trick me in that England. I don't know that so well. Yes, I got that. Oh, that was a little bit aggressive, but I think can't be any trick that he can do. Like knight moves, my knight should be hanged there. Oh, hello, brain boost. How's your chess improvement going? Mine is very bad. Alright, sorry I didn't realize. Uh, that's not a problem, bro. If that game was unrated, you could send for sure. But because I'm not trying to just, I already lost 400 rating. If I lose even very much, I don't know. Because I'm playing some rapid games, I don't know to play. I don't want to play with a actually very low rated players. Can you analyze some of my games so you find my mistakes? I will sub. My username is Jacob of Shuni. Alright, bro, let's find. We can play after that if you want. This looks like Castillo. We will try to guess. It's brilliant. Let's see this. I think he won. Okay, let's uh, probably find the game where he lost. I don't know. Actually, more than 80% plays that should be a little bit harder for finding mistakes because it's already great accuracy. But we will try. Okay, that's the game he played as white pieces. But there should be some mistakes. Yes, Castillo. Like, we already know his Zillow, but we will try to understand with, like, how much Zillow he played. Okay, just, that's normal one. That's normal opening, but I'm gonna say, in this position, you need to calculate two moves. Jacob, I think that's your name, right? Knight f3, you need to realize that bishop g4 is coming. Samsung. Samsung Poco, Ritesh. So bishop g4 is coming and that spin is unstoppable. You are gonna destroy your kingside pawns here. That's the problem. Some like knight e2 should be more complex. The knights could defend each other. Bishop g4 and you can't get out from damaging your pawn structure. You can't like short castle, his long castle is already open. He can do that. His best move. Yes, that's, can be best move, but for sure you are destroying your pawn structure. Your pawn structure, can be best moves. There is in Vienna Gambit, you are destroying your pawn structure. And, some moves, like that I'm saying, for example, your position seems bad, but actually that's think like drawn position. So I'm gonna say, okay, sorry, that's a little bit lagged. Not every move that actually computer says is the best move, but that can be best move, but we can probably continue that. That can be best one, but you can't continue that game. Probably there was only one way that you can continue the game and make her like draw or winning position, but that can be actually very hard to find that. That's the problem. Yes, I know. Okay, Jacob, I think I can do that because I don't know why when I'm trying to analyze that's lagging too much. Actually, I opened 4 apps, OBS, and Google, and so on. Yes, I know that's... So I can't do that analyze anymore, but uh, we can play Jacob if you want. I will explain that your mistakes there. You can follow the stream and play with me. I will explain your mistakes and your weak spots, okay? Alright, why that's so bad? That didn't like that. Don't know what's happening. Let's wait a little bit. Is there anyone wants to play or not? Okay, I think we got this. Not a little bit. Magnus in. I'm gonna say very much. Okay, that's okay now. I believe that's okay. I'm a low low. Do you think you can analyze my games and help me improve? I'm gonna say, bro, yes. Just because I tried to analyze bro's game, that's that's lagged very much. I don't know why it's lagging when I'm trying to analyzing. In games, I'm gonna say not lag so much. So if you want to play, you can find that's my account in that pinned comment. You can find me there and send me challenge. I will explain your game and you can follow the stream and play with me and you will get your mistakes. Okay? Okay, Magnusin. Can you send me challenge? I forgot to send you friend request. Okay, Ritesh, I'm waiting for him. Magnusin, please send me. I'm opening another page that's lagging too much. That's why I'm not trying to uh, open that much apps. Yes, please don't forget about likes. Alright, like, I have a daily game here which I didn't play. Let's do that. What is this, Brilliant Horse? What is this link? Okay, d4 isn't hanged, the knight I can take, and pawn takes and like f4, g4 can be really much pressure in my position, which I'm not trying to connect his kingside pawns. Some like even g5 I think won't be mistake from me if I play g5. G5 and then f4 try to open that f file g file actually. Even e file if I can. This king's still in the middle and even long castle. I don't know. Uh, Brilliantor, sorry. Probably you saw that I'm trying to analyze the game and that was lag too much. So I will be there and that will be my history. So I will check and I will write about that to you, okay? I will see after stream because now I'm opening another page and that's lagging too much. So that's why I can't. Seb Vroy. Okay, what you wrote? Been stuck at 300 elo. My username is Ice Weiner. Alright, bro, in that pinned comments, that's my chesscom account. Find me there and the next time I will play with you, okay? Best opening. Alapin, if you're saying about this. Alapin Gambit. Alright, actually great one because you see all the dark squares are great for him. Like, I have really great white squares, but that doesn't matter too much. That's a little bit closed one, I'm gonna say. In these positions, just I mean, recommend to keep the bishop on this a7, like, and protect these dark squares and prevent some knight jumps here. So, like, bring the knight first, because, you know, bishop e7, and you can't bring the knight from e7, like h6 and f5. But h6, opponent can even take and destroy your kingside. So in queenside castle, that shouldn't be the best one, probably, because already this c file is open. Hello, Charul. How are you, bro? Can I show you England Gambit 10? Uh, yes, we can play England if you want that. e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6. Alright, I don't know what's that's opening name, but I know that opening. We'll play d4 first. I will play moves then. Tell you in chess.com chat. Alright, alright. Bishop d7 is great move. Bishop d7. Yes, actually, if he takes and my bishop even off beyond that d7, I don't know. I would like to take with opponent some c5. Why you didn't play? I'm answering your comments. Now take won't work, like queen b6, but knight a4 back. Yes, they will go back anyway. So you know, some annoying players are just losing tempo for just bringing your piece back, but they are actually going back too. So it's not helping them. They are trying to disturb your plan a little bit. You know, like h4, g5, and kingside pressure, but he needs to be sure I can't go f5, which I'm going back. Okay, I think this is coming. That can be a little bit aggressive because actually I'm trying to open this center. And from center, I will pressure his kingside. Okay, he's removing the defenders. I'm gonna say the attacker on d4. So, you know, if I took the d4, I'm gonna sell this pawn structure, we're gonna lose. I can take and take with a check. How can this be? Like g6, I'm happy to see his queen can't jump. Like from g7 mate, and there is everything should be closed, okay? 13 likes, very much. Okay, thank you everyone for liking. Hello, Taku. Thank you for returning channel, bro. Appreciate it. Very hard position we have. I need your help. We can't take g7, so I will take with a check and then king take g7. If even just rook here, you will defend your king from his own pawn. That won't be bad. Gold mean size. Alright. Now we can't check, we will lose the queen. But we can just trade. I don't know, probably I need to take and then this pawn. I will be up a pawn here, just I don't care so much about my kingside defense. Probably even g6 won't be bad, but I don't like to see his pawn structure there. It should be tricky even in the endgames. Okay, now I'm gonna bring the rook, that's center is open. Alright, for this he needed very much calculation. But probably he didn't, you know? You know, my rooks can jump. Okay, sorry, that's closed. My knight, I mean. Yes, knight g4, if I take, knight should be lost. So rook d1, actually defending the knight, but if like bishop defend, he will lose exchange. King h8 maybe. Yes, king h8 and bring the rook on g5, bring another rook. Should be okay. Okay, bishop back. I'm gonna take and then the knight. I think he's losing a piece. Yes, and then the knight. This check won't work. That's Zeb Roy. Do you want to play? I think you want it. Protest exam in Armenia. I'm gonna say Armenian language is so hard. Probably that's one. Or physics. Yes, that's two exams are so hard. You know my opponent is down a piece, but he doesn't need to take just knight move even some discover check can be. At rook e1. Even that won't work because we are pressuring with two pieces. I can even check, but alright, forget about that. Check rook g3 could happen. Zlepbro, not problem about 300 rating. I played with viewers with 100 rating. Don't care about that, okay? You can send me a friend request. I will play with you. So when you want, that doesn't matter. Rook. Yes, he sacrificed the rook. Now we need to be sure he can't just mate here, like after some rook moves. But I will move the rook, and then king back, take the queen. Now I can't, but I'm up like 9 points material. India didn't need his heart. Yes. Actually, there were whoever I don't remember. Yes, probably brain boost. Actually, he did exam too. Oh, hello, Mr. Raven. Mr. Raven, call me Raven. I say that not right. Looks like completely losing. Yes, bro, he's down 9 points material. Like, I'm trying some tricks, but that's everything still guarded. Our government is cooked when they question paper of net. Net or neat, how that called. Alright. Alright, that was already, I'm gonna say, winning. He should be down a queen, and that's all. Okay, let's send him rematch. Our education system is cooked. Where are you from? India? Yes, our education isn't that great, you know. In Armenia, there are very much people who wants to learn, but actually, no, probably not the best teachers. Did I play good? Magnussen, I'm gonna say just yes, you played great actually. And if you compare our ratings, you know, I'm more 600 rated more, but your calculation needs to be improved a little bit. You know, you moved the bishop on e3 and didn't realize that my knight is going to attack on the bishop and your knight should be hanged. And before that, you played great here. So I'm gonna say you need to just see like 3 or 4 moves ahead. Try to understand what's your opponent trying to do, see your weaknesses. Your weaknesses was that dark squares. Actually, probably you noticed that I'm trying to bring the bishop and the queen in your position. You needed to prevent from that. You had a dark square bishop, I understand, but you needed to defend all that. That's all. Start protest and change education minister. Yes, I don't know exams are being so hard. Like I'm gonna say in the word, I don't know why. Fake Magnus. We have another viewer whose name is Mini Magnus, like Mini Magnus, Fake Magnus. I don't know. Magnus Sin. Okay, this b2 is lost, but okay, this bishop e3 I didn't expect it because that's weakening pawn structure. Still, I can even take and then b2, but Even I can take right away because even knight b3 or knight d2, that's only moves that protecting the rook from a8 here. Okay, Brilliantor, how much I won you? Okay, the difference take b2 because, knight d2 and this pawn is gonna lose. I'm going to be up 2 pawns and already GG or not? And right 5 likes remain. Let's bring the knight. Or not. Okay, still just 1 or 2 pieces aren't enough to make some threats in his position. I would like some castle, bring the bishop, and let's see what we can get here. The good thing, my opponent can't castle. Mini Hikaru come to stream. Ah, yes, brilliant. Right, bro, I got your friend request, I accepted. Raju, what happens to you? Why are you playing so not great? I'm not gonna say bad. I know that you won me so much times, but at this time I was wrong. I was mean, I wasn't improved, that's why. Alright, probably I was drunk. Are you sure I wasn't? Alright, who is gonna send me challenge? Anyone isn't? Okay, let's play one time with Ravan. Did I beat him or not? One time? Ah, yes, one time. Okay, Ritesh, funny one, Mini Hikaru. It's like Mini Gukesh. Simple trait even. Also, last night I gained 25 rating on Bullet and Blitz. Really? Just I'm gonna say if I am playing at nights I am losing too much. Like I lost like 500 rating points in my Blitz. Great one actually, bro. Actually 25 isn't bad, like, 3 wins, 0 losses. Yes, 17 likes, we are so close. Favorite thing from India? Chess. Chess is my favorite thing from India. And if it's not Taj Mahal, actually New Delhi seems great. Yes, I like that. The natures. Yes, I like that. Like F4 keep the knight guarded because knight e7 tried to trade and remove the knight from e5 actually can be his idea. Like I will take and open f file here and bonus his knight won't keep joined his king side here. You visited India. No, from videos. I visited there from my heart. This pawn is pressured. Okay. If I move the bishop, this is gonna hang. Like knight f3 g5 or do you play bullet or blitz? Like so much blitz than bullet. I don't like bullet too much, but sometimes that's being to be very funny. Bullet there. Yes, I know. Can I play next? Yes, bro. Next one I will play with you. Can we take or... Okay, how I said I'm not gonna take that. Some like... If I bring the bishop takes... Let's trick him. He takes, I will bring the rook and take b7. My rook will be in that great position. Ragnaranta. Yes, actually, really aggressive, really great player. Ragnaranta. Some like... If I going to be made g4, g5 is... can be moves and actually... We will see. Just if I bring the rook, the queen on that king side, his king side isn't great protected. His queen is on queen side, the rook is just doing pressure on the center, the knight. The bishop is still on queen side. That I think we need to kick the knight like g4, g5, and then bring remain pieces. Okay, brilliant horse. Did you play a game and then return or some other? Okay, let's bring all the pieces and try to destroy this king side. Even how I say this, or I'm not seeing another threat I can do in his position. Because if he takes, you can take with f-pawn, and you have a lot of space. Yes, actually, and there is knight on e4, like I would take, and then the pawn, which yes, could be great Magnussen. Still, he can't take. That's why f4 was so important. But actually, I think he's gaining some space. I don't know. If I have white square, bishop should be great to work on this diagonal. 2020 elo. If you win, I'm gonna crash out for how did I win. Alright, I will try to win this. No, pawn takes, I don't recommend because actually I'm weakening my pawn structure, but I would like to keep my bishop on the d2. Alright, brilliant horse. Okay, now e4 he can jump, that's why he took, and you know the knight isn't cutting. I can't take, he's gonna take the bishop, actually I think, which is... I would like to keep the bishop. When I play against you, you was it good start the kingside attack when the center was closed? Yes, actually, when you are trying to push your figures, try to close that side. Okay, see now queen side is closed just. I'm gonna say open, but from there he can't make pressure. The center is closed, he can't make pressure. So I'm trying to close all that so he won't disturb me. And try to work on that king side. Got it. You got that, bro. Great. Pushing the chip on won't weaken your king. Actually, Otaku, yeah, right, but I think he hasn't still some attack in my position. You know, there is no some disturbing bishops, there is no some tricky knights. Yes, this knight, but I think all these squares that he can jump, that's closed. And I'm gonna say, because still he hasn't attacked, I don't care about my protection. 2100. Great. Charul 300. Alright. He can take and some bring the queen actually, but only the queen won't disturb my plans. I can like pressure with all my pieces on this f7 and force him to defend that. f6 won't work, so he can't go f6 and block this file for me. Okay, didn't take. E6 I believe won't work. Rook here, I will blunder the bishop. Actually, I can triple my pieces here and e6 pawn takes, even mate threat can be, so we will see. But even if he didn't take in position where I reach that and try to this mate threat even, he can go f6 and that should be close. That's why I'm not trying some e6, even this is gonna trade. Can I push these two pawns? Okay, I believe he doesn't care about this f file, but the file is closed. He's bringing so much pressure, but see how is this important when I close the center from queen side he can't pressure my position. See how important is it? He can't make any progress. No, okay, that's a trade. I'm not against that, but That's actually weakening his king side, which I don't know if he can get out from there, should be nice. Bishop takes. If not bishop, I will lose the bishop. This fork won't work. Okay, that's calculation that you need to have before moving. After all, infiltration. The queen is protecting that all the time. 20 likes, alright. Alright, let's get at 21. I can take. I cannot to take. Take or not to take, that's the problem. Even g5, he moves the knight. I can mate. g5 knight here. I can't mate. g5 queen trades knight back. This e-file should be his file. Okay, let's trade the queens because actually I'm bringing his rook in a very bad spot. That e-file is temporarily isn't his file, you know. Okay, thank you, Magnussen. 21 likes. Okay, got that. I tried to wrote 210, but that was most sleep. I didn't write that 0. Can we get one? 210. I forgot to write that 0. His pawn is pressured, so can I sacrifice? His knight won't be there. -1. Alright. His pawn is still guarded, but that's temporarily guarded, you know. I don't like to keep my rook on that on that third rank to just defend all this. Yes, Magnussen, that's very unfair. Okay, c4 is coming, and if he didn't take to lose the knight, I will take to undouble the pawns. So c5 should be open, but I don't know. 30 people, yes. If 30 people like, I will gain 50 likes, which seems impossible. The knight is pressuring my position so much, and yes, I could keep that file guarded, but there is no reason. Okay, let's see, can we get 8 likes? Actually, we got that. Okay, I can't move the bishop, I can take, but there is no reason I'm gonna do that. Yes, nice. I think that they are interested about this. Right here I will trade, and there is no pressure on that c3 pawn which we pushed forward. Yes, one more. I think that... Okay, knight 2 will be forced. So pawn push, rook here. Yes, we should guard that. What if go here? I don't know, can I even try to make a draw or this interesting one? I don't need to do that. And I recuse. Okay, no, that's a threat. So what if rook d1? Okay, I'm not trying to bring this on e-file because that should be my bishop prevented from bringing forward and back. We achieved the goal. Okay, great one. Probably there weren't any people who chooses not to remove their likes, at least. Yes. I don't know, I was trying to suck the rook for that 2 pawns, but rook b1 won't work, or rook b3, I would like to do that. What if bishop back? Bishop back, his rooks should be very active. Like, rook e3 takes... Okay, just still preventing from that fork. He played it anyway. after this knight back. That's why knight f2, knight f4. Or... Okay, I thought rook b1 and now this rook is hang. Actually this pawn, but can we use that idea that his knight is going to journey? Can we use that idea and pressure is kingside? So when bishop takes will come. Here takes rook 7th rank. You are losing the pawn. Yes, actually I lost that. Rook back to not lose my second pawn and some... Actually rook g5 and bishop takes. If rook takes, I will take another rook. So he will take the rook. There is discover check, which not helping anything. Rook g5. But what can be the idea? Rook takes won't work. Like how is it? Bishop takes. He has to take the rook. Here and rook g5. Still I'm trying to break his position, but it's not actually helping. So stage 6 he will kick the rook. Okay, didn't take the bishop, which seems nice for me because the rooks aren't doing anything here. Still that's closed. So pawn pushes and g6, okay? Okay, take that bishop if you need that. Still, you know the idea, some g6 and that should be break some backtrack checkmate and some other. You know, I have to move the rook. Like, yes, and probably it's gonna take second pawn here. We reach and pass the goal. Yes, great one. Can we add the goal like another 8 likes? Actually, I'm going to be down 2 pawns, but rook here. He can't move the knight on g6, c6. If he moved, that shouldn't be bad for him, but actually, I'm gonna do this. Even that move could be alright. But I'm gonna be down piece. Okay, I forgot this knight f3, which is actually protected from the rook that was sacrificed. Another pawn is down. Another figure, I'm gonna say. Alright. I had some friend request who wanted to play with me. Who was that person? I promised him, but actually that seems he still isn't here. Right? Like Bro? Yes, his name was like Bro. Is he here? That's... we can't guess. I'm trying to play some moves that I didn't play with him. Like Indian Gambit or... what should I play? He almost won. Really, I think that I could keep that position and make a draw. That's not seems I'm winning or he's winning actually. That was really close position. My position could be better one, but I couldn't keep that. Don't know why. Right, anyway. Even some bishop bishop here and I think some like d5. Okay, but if d5 and take with a pawn, I'm closing my bishop. Why I played there. Okay, knight f6, e5, knight back. That's not helping because there is no good square that I could jump with the knight. Of Sicilian to like French Sicilian, I think that's the coolest Sicilian. Sacrifice the queen For no reason or for a reason? We plays French Sicilian. I'm gonna say I played open Sicilian if I'm not mistaken. French Sicilian is starting e4, c5, uh, e4 or some other, and e6. e6. Is this brilliant or? Yes. How do you know about that? French Sicilian. Yes, French Sicilian c5, e6. Actually, that looks like French Sicilian, but for sure that's now not. e5 is coming, so pawn takes or knight takes. I think pawn takes to keep these central pawns with each other, not get weak pawns. Rook move, that's not a pressure. So we can't guess after some moves what will happen here. So if you can get out from that pin, do it before moving any other piece, okay? Even that's not a bad move actually. I'm trying to open e5 and that's really helping me. You can't see the result right now, but I think then I will try. French Sicilian. e6 then d5. Is that I think that's French defense, not French Sicilian, because for sure French Sicilian is starting c5, e6. If I'm not mistaken, that's only variation. Bishop d6 is doing nothing, just I can't even bring the knight back, force it to go back and then d5, but actually I don't know. Okay, that's kicked it, that's preventing me from activation. Agent told me what is called. You played it a lot, I saw. I'm playing a lot c5, e6, d5, You can even play not d5, but that's actually already this Sicilian, French Sicilian. If you didn't play d5, that's already French Sicilian, but I'm gonna say that's mainline. You can play e6, c5 and bring the bishop, for example. Even like e5 and if I take, the pawn will be so bad for me, just, that cannot make very much progress in my position, but actually that should be really annoying. Okay, now his pieces are active, but he can't move forward. I closed all these, the rooks are seeing each other. In this position, not trade, because you are giving e-file to the opponent. Like, if that e1 was guarded, you could trade the rooks, may bring his queen on e8, and some rook e1 could be possible to bring e-file back, but still, see, I have very much space on the d-file where I can move. That was the problem. Okay, knight back, but I don't know. I need to bring knight back how fast as I can. But where? On b6, there is no way I can make progress. And e7, he can even pin from rook e1. e6 won't work. Okay, then we will try to bring this bishop activity, which still isn't doing anything, like e6 to close this and create like pawn chain. That's the Sicilian defense French variation. Computers saying that Sicilian defense open accelerate dragon exchange variation. Yes, but this very close French variation. French Sicilian, I mean. Alright. Some like d4, but actually I will give him some space to bring his pieces in the on the center. Bishop f8 to trade off the strong bishop. Actually, I think my bishop is more stronger. Can be his bishop is protecting really much squares, but actually my bishop is attacking, My bishop is putting pressure, not just having squares. H4, H5 can be moved, and some H6 even, or trade. It's probably trade to weaken my king side. The opponent dark squared bishop is really strong. It's really strong, but that's, that's not attacking, that's not pressuring. That's not preventing me from anything. Like, I want double his queen and rook, I will do that. Like, c5, I don't know why I need to play. There is not attacking, not pressuring, which we can say about my bishop, which is, he could even bring the bishop back or move the knight. He can't do that. He can't do that. He needs some rook b1 and then move the knight, which he will lose the moves and he will lose a tempo for guarding. That was the idea that the bishop can be a little bit stronger. Actually, his bishop down doesn't seem bad, but well, that's not helping to him. There is no pieces that can help this bishop for some pressure. French Sicilian starts after e5, c4, like e4, e5, c4. Okay, what? Yeah. Okay, didn't get it. Didn't get e4, e5, yes. c4, knight f3, 6. Okay, probably e4, c5, knight f3, 6. Yes, actually, that's the main variation. You can play a little bit some other way, but it's called French Sicilian, but that's the main line. Like, open this white square bishop to attack on g2, but can protect this. Even if I were right, probably rook h1, king back, and have this h file, you can bring the queen. Shouldn't be a bad idea. I can take knight here. Okay, you need to keep your dark square bishop even. I don't know, even in a very hard position, because if he has dark square here just and bring the queen, that's shouldn't be easy for you. French Sicilian starts. Okay, bro, got that. Can I bring the knight and then... Okay, I will sacrifice the pawn. So knight e5, queen here, I will trade the bishops. I can bring mine and d3 will be weak. Alright, I'm gonna sack the pawn just to weaken his pawn, which will be really easy target. And will bring the knight down activity from b6, which, not bad square actually, but I couldn't jump anywhere. e4, c5. Is Sicilian c5? e4 is possible. I mean c4, e5. He wanted to see that. He wanted to say there's just e4, c5, not e5, c4. Charles, I get it very hard, but actually, it's the reality. I got that. e5 first, then c5. e5, c5, you mean? What is that? I didn't play that variation because actually I'm getting white square's weaknesses here. I don't like so much, I'm gonna say. But for sure that's not French Sicilian. Queen move, I will take bishop a6. Just I sacrificed a pawn. On a7, actually his queen side is now great. But actually I'm trying to... Alright. Actually, he's not losing a queen, he's losing the bishop too. Alright, I didn't expect he was gonna play that, but I had very good plan. I actually wanted to continue this game. It's like white bishop back even. The idea is queen g3 takes. I don't know, queen takes or pawn takes. It doesn't matter. Like bishop a6. No, I couldn't bring my bishop activity from here should be bad because I couldn't get any squares that I could jump. All this was a little bit closed. I need to lose a little bit tempo, but if I take the bishop, so I could bring mine, the knight on from b6 isn't doing anything. Now the knight is centralized. No, his knight is hitting the center, but it's not trying to do anything. Now that's closed from all the way. You can easily defeat me, even flash me. Okay. Right, but my opponent blundered. Alright, let's send him draw. He's gonna accept. Okay, he accepted. Let's play new one. Who wants to play? There is some people who are not playing now, but no one wants to play. Okay, Witty Alien is doing his tournament. I don't know, bro. I don't know. He played great, actually. He was even up a pawn, but you know, everything can happen. Actually, my first or second game, I blundered the queen like he blundered. Okay, c5 now. Bring the knight or Schnatzdorf. Okay, brilliant, or don't worry. My first or second game, I blundered like that too. But don't worry. I'm not worrying too. Already great attack on my king's side. It takes knight f6, I will play. No, knight f6, e5, but I'm not sure. Probably he goes e5, he can't protect this pawn. No, d4 f4 could be moves, but now he can't push. Bishop d4, are you playing right now? Yes, actually, bishop d4 tried to slump in, but actually, okay, what I did. But actually, he didn't see his queen was hang. Yes, for sure, that was blunder. Queen here, she can't guard. He can? Okay, he's overprotecting this pawn. So after queen c7, we need to go another d4 to cut his bishop from e5, and then take. Okay, Brilliantors. The bad thing that you waste like 40 seconds and you blundered. How could you? Yes, actually you are remembering that move, Magnus C. Now I can take. Okay, Praju, what happened to you? Why are you blundering here? Brilliantors, no, you are not trash, but that was very unexpected because you are playing good. Your middle game and opening was very great. Actually, our last game you beat me there. Okay, my opponent saw I'm taking he take, but he didn't realize this. And because you are playing good, I didn't expect you are gonna blunder. You know, bro. Okay, everyone can blunder. Pawn takes to keep this pin, and now I can't take, which... Alright. I can't take. Some like queen c6 to not get forced, to not protect the knight, and g2 is hang, so knight e3. Okay, we will bring our pieces. Brilliantor, you know, that was huge blunder. Actually, I said to you I blundered that in my first game. You can see like 7 or 8 games before this. Or we can blunder that, but actually, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that was so unexpected. You just played really great games, like your last 4 or 5 games when you are playing with me. It was so unexpected, I didn't realize you were gonna blunder that. Like, for me, that's like Magnus blunder, you know? That's, I'm saying very rarely. Okay, now we are gonna defend f6. Okay. Brilliant, don't get mad, bro. Don't worry so much about blunders. E5 to protect f6, even like queenside castle. Don't know. Now his bishop is closed, his pawns are weak. I'm not up anything, he's not up anything, so bishop is coming and castle. It's like, I can even kick the queen and like short castle, but I think because already my pawns are great, my bishops are going to be active, my queen is active. I'm gonna long castle and push these pawns. Ah yes, brilliant. You actually have really great jokes. Bianchetti, your light square bishop. Bianchetti. I think uh, I have listened that word very much time, but what is that? For total attack? Ah yes, that was some trick's name or openings. Joshi, hello. Play with me without queen. Okay, crown X-boy. Can you do like that so I will be down a queen? In that pinned comment there is my chess.com account. You can find me there and make a game without a queen. But if you are not like 1500, okay? Do puzzles. Like I must say, 2 years I'm not doing puzzles, bro. Actually, I think that's not helping. That's why I'm not doing. Just in my whole life, probably I didn't any puzzles like more than 100 in these 19 years. I'm 790 elo any tips of getting 2000. I think that I'm seeing very much players are plundering a rating like you. Just I'm gonna say you need to see opponent's threats. Okay, see, he just sacrificed the pawn. I take he couldn't take it back, but actually too much players like below house and plundering. If I took f6 is gonna lose and actually from dark squares he's gonna make. So you need to calculate a little bit and see opponent what threats he has, what is he trying to do, what's his plan. And for that you need calculation, and for calculation you need to think hard for every move and learn end games. For be sure, Joshi, you can play with me and I will explain your mistakes. You can follow the stream and play with me at the same time, so you will get your mistakes and improve that. In pinned message there is my chess.com account. You can click there and send me challenge. Bro, will you play up a queen and will blunder it away in move 5? Yes, can be. But that's not without a queen, that's with queen blunder. Stop playing for today. Actually, he's right. For not lose elo. Like that, I lost like 100 elo in a day. Python? Can I play you? Yes, Joshi, next one I will play with you. You can say your nickname, I will accept your challenge and send me friend request. I will play, okay? Very losing rating at first, very try to get it back. When I'm trying to get it back with a losing 100 games, I am not getting rating, I am blundering very much rating. No, I was trying to get 2000. I was like 1995 and I lost one game. And then I played very much to get my 2000. And I'm seeing that now I was, at the time I was like 1890. And I realized I need to get my 1900 back. That's the saddest part. The Vienna. Alright, his nickname is the Vienna. Okay, Joshi. I am master to playing Vienna Gambit. Let's play that Gambit and see what results can we get. Actually, my opponent could check and I thinking like go back and don't take this pawn, but still it seems okay. I would like to trade because bishops are in endgames are really cool. You know I'm closing his old squares to jump. Okay, Josh, I expected. The streamer or me, what do you mean? 50 puzzles. Actually, I think puzzles aren't helping me, but there are some players who are saying that puzzles are helping them. They are telling me that a 1600 player hang a piece on move 6. 1600! Oh, now I'm remembering my prime when I was 2200. So sad. Who knows this song? I can't guess what was that. Joshi, next one I will play with you, okay? I think my king opponent game isn't that bad, so I'm gonna handle this, right? Like from f6 to prevent. Actually, I thought I can take, but I'm letting his king to go forward so fast. So that's why I didn't take that. Joshi, after this game, sent me challenge. Alright? I move the king forward. c4 takes, a2 will be weakness. Okay, I'm not a pawn on that queen side. I can use that and probably bring my king like on queen side a little bit. So that's a little bit aggressive because somehow I think I can defend my king side. I need to be fast on that queen side. It's design need this song. Don't someone remember what that song's name? Just if not name the words, can you say the words? c4 takes, bishop takes, knight c1. So because the knight and pawn should be under attack, knight c1, okay? There is no way he played that and not lose a pawn. Same like pawn takes, just my pawn will be, passed pawn. For that, I will recommend some knight c1 or lose a pawn. And knight c5 to guard this, actually. I don't know what is this for, which is just losing the pawn, right? So now I have two passed pawns on that queen side if I'm not missing anything. Just all these squares are closed, only d3 can be possible on day 6, but it's not helping him. Okay, his king isn't on that queen side, he can't protect with his king. Actually, c by bishop is the greatest piece in that endgame because, if he had some dark square bishop on this diagonal, I couldn't make progress without bringing my king. So if I have light square bishop, I can only defend light squares. That's the theory about chess. So, but now he needs to just sacrifice. I will push another one. So if I even lose my 2 pawns, I need to care about these 2 pawns not get traded because if I trade all these pawns, that should be draw, which we are not trying to get. Here, sacrifice. Yes, I'm gonna defend this kingside pawns and push another one forward. Here's probably some trades he wants to get or not. The good thing that I can just waste some moves, force him to go forward, or close these pawns. Do not let him go forward and force him to go king back. If he can't move his pawns like this pawn solo on h6 and g5, in this position, he can't defend the pawn. Where he goes with his king, he will blunder this pawn. But for that, I need to close his pawns here. That's the good part when you have a piece. Alright, now I can just move my bishop here. g3, bishop c4. And he's gonna lose his e5 pawn, how I say. Just first I close these pawns for going forward, and that's all. Well, he resigned. Alright. Okay, sorry, Charu, now I'm gonna play with whom? I think why not 22 wanted to play? Okay, not 22-20. Is there any challenges? I say winner, I didn't play actually with him. I waited, he didn't send. Alright, let's wait a little bit. Okay, he was down a piece for this, but actually pawn blunder, I can't understand why blundered and let my two pawns work together on that queen side. I sent challenge. Am I playing with you, Joshi? Rajat Barman. Hello, brother. Artyom Kazminov. Thank you, bro. Are you from Russia or Ukraine? I believe I didn't play with him, so joined 2 days ago, so he has only 800 rating. He's gonna probably play very much harder than he is now. Rajat Arman. Hello, bro. Lemme Sicilian is good. I'm gonna say that's great. I like this Lemme Sicilian. As you see already, he has great dark squares. So forcing me to go bishop e7, right? Thank you, bro. Do you want to play? Rajat Varman. Yes, I'm from Russia. Jak cela, bratan? I know a little bit Russian. I think I can handle to communicate with Russian. Bro, you're too good in chess. Tell me how to improve. I'm gonna say just now I'm just reading books and this sport in my mind. I am reading the book right from Tigran Petrosyan. I am reading that moves and I have that vision in my mind. For 2000 I will recommend that, but because you are not still 2000 I will recommend some hard thinking. Actually, I didn't learn so much books, I didn't do so much puzzles. I just fought hard in every position. Alright, great actually, great 1000 rating. Yes, you get that. Should be happiest one. Yes, actually 1000 rating is already great, but if you want to improve, I think play with me should be great advice from me. You speak on Russian. Yes, a little bit. I'm understanding very well. Speaking not great, but I don't know. Alright. Like c5 and then have this diagonal one seems bad. If I can somehow take this d4, e5 is gonna lose for sure. Sorry I had to go. Did I miss anything? I'm gonna say not too much. Because there weren't so hard games. I believe you are not missing Otaku. Are you editor? Like, I'm reading your name and I got that. Yes, Magnus. We have Magnus, we have Gotham Chess. Like, I'm gonna say we have two Magnus in my stream. One Gotham Chess, if I believe one was Fast Hikaru. We are gaining Grandmasters when is stream ending. Like, I don't know, 40 minutes, probably. We will see. Or when I lose so bad, like I will be angry and end the stream. I don't know, we will see. Already my center is great, I am up to pawn, but how? Ah, okay, Queen c2. Queen c2, he needed to see two moves. Do not blunder that. You know, when I was low rated, like 800, I was. My dream was to get 1000 rating, and the time I am remembering, I was blundering too much. Because I'm not seeing what's my opponent trying to do. That's why I was blundering. And if I get it, I just move to 1300. And we also have opinion, and these legends just go to trauma. Actually, rated 1200 in tournaments. Real tournaments, yes? You mean international or national? Project Farman. Can I do this fork? I'm waiting some tricky moves from him. G3 is bad move now. Uh, they have a light square, big color complex. Yes, actually, when you haven't light square bishop, don't play G3. Like if you are castling long, if you haven't dark square bishop, don't play B3. Yes, no. Ah, okay, not international. No, 1200 in international won't bet. And how much was your rating? If I'm remembering yeah, right, you said like 1000, okay? I'm gonna say you can bring your chesscom rating better one. You know, my rating like 2000 uh, in real life in chess.com 2200. Okay, got that. Font account, oh my god. Alright. You lost me, right? You even want the rook, but actually I played queen c5 and he can't move the knight. How I'm playing? You're tricking. You're tricking me, but actually, you know, some moves you blundered. Queen c2, you just blundered pawn in one move, and you weren't careful about how I'm gonna play. What move I'm gonna play. You know, that was the problem. If you don't count that bishop f4 which you saw, which your pieces are on fork, you played great that one. So now I have two bishops against the rook, and that seems secure. I should be up a point or some other. But actually, that's the coolest one. You know, my two bishops are more worth than even his two rooks. Thank you, Joshi. Appreciate that, man. Alright. Actually, we are going to be close for that 500 subscribers. Alright, now I will prove why these two bishops are great. Alright, Joshi, I am now writing your chess.com chat. I missed that, like some seconds. Actually, YouTube has history you can find from there if you don't want to subscribe. Yes, actually, you can find that. Joshi, yes, you are tricking me so bad. Just I didn't realize I'm gonna lose the rook from b8, but actually I was even a little bit lucky. Yes, Magnus, I know, thank you, bro. Okay, now my two bishops are too good and rook a2 bishop here. Probably needs rook sacrifice or even f4. If he sees f4 after bishop g5, I can, you know, lose the tempo here very easily. You must win. Yes, bro, I think I'm gonna win this. Yes, that's won't be easy because this b3 is hang. I'm gonna take if rook a3 I can pin. So, okay, that's not a pin, that's a fork. Rook a2 is only move that he can play in my school. How much people in your school? Actually, yes, I remember I was second one very much years and I playing just to win my opponent, which is my friend. I finally did that. I think that's all. What is your rating? Take rook. Yes, actually, I don't know he blundered that. Just, there is, I don't think he's playing bad, he's playing a little bit, uh, no, not careful. If he improved that and see what I'm trying to do, that's, he knows what he will gonna play. Like some moves I saw that he's playing super good. Some tactics he's finding really cool, but actually he's not seeing what I'm trying to do. I know he can do that, but he needs to work about that. Joshi, are you listening to me? Are you here? I used to be the worst. Yes, actually, I wasn't even the best one in my class. But I improved, I believed my powers, and now you see. Actually, my peak elo was 2200. You know, I lost so much. Bishop e4. Okay, but why? And now I can't. It's going to be mate. I don't like, these moves. When you are checking and you are not making advantage. Okay, Joshi, I think you will improve your chess, which I'm trying to help. I'm telling your mistakes. You need to think what you're trying to do here. That should be all. My teacher played chess and he's like 1400 rapid. He plays only rapid. Actually, very much time I played only rapid. And like 30 minutes games, like even 1 hour, but there are no players who wants to play 1 hour in that's wholechess.com. Yes, 2200. Like 2195, but that's like 22, yes? So what do I need to work on? You need to see what your opponent trying to make your position worse. Just, you see, I tried to trick him and some moves I could there. Made him run. Yes, I love. It was so tricky position. I'm not sure so much because from dark squares he could actually escape from there. That was the reason. Why draw? Okay, I don't know why sent him friend request, draw request. Your rating in this game, I'm gonna say, how many? Probably 1100. Because some moves that you played great, some moves you blundered so bad. Queen c2, you didn't realize you were gonna lose the pawn, and you lost some pawns from there. You didn't care about your pawns because you didn't see my attacks. When you are seeing in your position one of my pieces try to kick that. Try to make your position with a great squares. Not let my pieces be very active. 1000 maybe, no. King's Indian. Yes, King's Indian is complex one, but actually that's not easy when you are low rated. I don't recommend it because you are giving him the center and you need to try to get that center back, which is actually really hard when you like not 1000 or even 1200. There can be even like 1800, but don't play this how it needs. Italian 2 hours. Yes, Italian is, I will say, almost most aggressive opening as white pieces, and that's actually not easy to learn. Really aggressive. Uh, you need to play a little bit defensively. Try to understand the opponent's plan. Try to disturb him. Around 80% every game. Uh, Accuracy, right? But I'm gonna say, even grandmasters when are playing like 80%, that's even if you be grandmaster, that should be like 80 between 85. You know the reason? Because when you are playing opponent burn should be with power like you should play like 80 accuracy. Yes, that's great one actually when comparing your rating, but actually when grandmasters are playing, they are too strong and actually uh, they can make even 80%. I think you understand because when your opponent is making you trouble, you are blundering so much, there are really big chances you are gonna blunder. You know? So as weak as your opponent, as your accuracy is going to be higher. That was mostly from him. Actually, I thought H4 is coming, right? Thank you too, bro. What does that mean? Ah, okay. I think we got that. Yes, 80% average is great. Actually, still I'm playing some games with 68, some like percent, some 10 from one game, but it's happening. For my opponent, that was mouse click. If you are on against, let's give this piece to him. So that will be fair. 1500 feeder. Great. That's like, I don't know, very close to be with HS understanding. Yes, 14, you have very much time to learn, bro. 16, 17 is great. You think, or how much is yours now? Your feeder. I played it because my opponent says that was mouse click, he was trying h4 and to open h5. That's why I'm giving that piece to him. This is unprotected, so if 5 takes... What about f6? Okay, Joshi. Tomorrow, same time, I will do another stream. If you can join, we will play, okay? Thank you too, bro. Have a good day. If he takes, he will be in trouble. His two pieces should be pressured. If he takes the pawn, I can force You need to see that plans here which I'm trying to use in this position. Pietro checkmate. I listened about him, but I don't remember him. How I close to be Pietro checkmate? I'm from Armenia. I think you're from India, right? And like 99%, I think that Rajat Varman is from India, but Magnus Sin, I will say Norway, but I'm not sure. I would like to go f6 to just try to kick his pieces with bishop f6, but still I don't know. His twin brother, really? I will see him. Here's one. Okay, here will work, which I will be even happier to do that, but I think he's gonna take this. He doesn't have one. I will be. But f8 he had one, he would look like you. If he had one. I don't know. I will be happy if I see my twin, like how you are saying. Can we find him right now? Knight takes, I expected. What about takes and then 94? Okay. He's trying mate here. Takes f6. My knight should be pressured. So I don't think I might need to keep the bishop. If I didn't like queen h5 and some mate from h7. Okay. Yes, almost same glasses, almost same hairs. Actually more than 200,000 followers. Nice. Great. Why I didn't know him this whole time. Alright. How can I protect this? Like f6? f6 he can take this pawn. e5 I'm not closing the bishop. I think after this game that I will finish, but if you want to play we can play and then finish. I will play everyone who wants to play and then I will finish, okay? Is there anyone? Knight f5 I think is protecting temporary because some g4 kick the knight and try to make still keep defending this g7 and some other great squares. So if I take f2 even some forking ideas can be. Let's see how we are gonna make advantage here. Why my opponent did that? I'm gonna take the knight. He can't mate. And even some bishop sacrifice. If his rook were on g3 or d3 to jump g3 I could understand, but probably he thought the knight isn't guarded, but for sure that's doing. If he even pressured with the bishop and take the knight and won't be down a piece, that's actually could be great one. Because let's see if his bishop, just realize his bishop were on d3, where he could sack the knight, I could check. Even pawn takes could work, but I don't know. Yes, he could take and then do this, but that's very late for him. Actually, I think queen f2 rook. Okay, queen f2 bishop takes. I will try some trades here, but rook f1 and we should take. I should have the upper material. That's gonna be made. Bishop f6 won't work. Some moves like knight back actually won't be. I am playing crazy move, I'm gonna say, but g6 opening the bishop. So even I can bring mine, but anyway. So I'm like queen c5 actually. I think he can do some tricks. Queen c5 we are trading just. But some like okay g5 is closed. And if it's not just queen g5 and then g4. So he needs to kick the knight. And what I need to bring my rook on c8 to pressure. 23 likes. Okay, got it. I needed only 21, that's all, but if anyone like, should be great. Why he took that? I thought I can take with a queen and defend g7 like the knight. Yes, before 1600 century, 1600 there, queen actually could move like the knight, but not now. I am from there. So bad, he's bringing his piece back. And why I thought I'm pressuring and defend. Why do you play against c4 and d4 as black? Against c4, e5. c5 bring the e5 and bring the knights. Against d4, e6, d5, c5 or c6. That depends how my opponent playing. And then knight f6. That's the main line I would like to play. Like... Okay, f6 won't work. I need to keep discarded. I think that's the only way to keep that, but he takes... Wait, I take, queen takes and mate, yes. Why I played so bad this game? I just throw this game. Alright, wait. I'm not gonna say he blundered, just... I'm gonna say I played very bad that I didn't see his blundering in one move. And if even that's not a mate, which I opened f7. Already, both of us played not the best one. Let's wait. Okay, he's down a full queen actually. If he had some rooks and I haven't, just some rooks tricks can happen. Magnus, what's your favorite opening when against you they are playing some sort of d4 or English gambit with c4? Are you agree with me about that openings how I recommend it? Here, rook here, rook here, blunder, Aram to Manyan. Really? I think I would like even from him to take that if you are saying about the bishop that's here. But actually, he blundered the queen. That's all. Even if rook jump, that should be very, like, disturbing for my plans should be a little bit slower, but actually, okay, he can just try to reputate his position. I mean for him. Yes, bro. Որտեղից է ախպեր ջան։ Can we get out from here? Just, I can sack the queen and the bishop because I should have two more rooks to fight with him. Against e5 I play Karogan. 5 Karogan. Okay. One day we will play that. I like to play Alien Gambit. I'm not... that's not helping too much. But actually, I like to play that Alien Gambit. You can just throw your game when you are playing Alien, but I don't know why I like that. Some rook c8 is now can be move, if not some checks. Yes, checks, king c6. Vanadzor? Jesene Vanadzor Zachber. Sofrositz. I like to play Alien too. Ah, yes, probably if you want, if you just like to play that, you will have really great protect. You can protect that very well. Yes, when you are playing Karakan and opponent is playing Alien Gambit, you can get out from there, I think. What should I play for e4 as Plague? For e4, I don't recommend Sicilian because that's actually a little bit aggressive, and when I were even 1600, that was very hard for me to play against that. I will recommend to play like, yes, d5 and pawn takes queen back. Like Scandinavian, which you are gaining actually great queen activation. I will recommend French defense more. French defense is more complex, and you and like 99% that they can't you trick in the end games. Sorry, openings. Let's sacrifice that pawn because we are getting these queenside pawns. That's not a passed pawn he can't push if he takes. We are closing all this. This is gonna lose. We will see. If pawn push, we will take b3 and then this. Should I play the Knight's Indian defense or Garogan? Knight's Indian. Ah, King's Indian. You're not so much high rated, and because you are not getting the opening the center right away, yes, King's Indian, when you are b6, bring the bishop and then the knight, that's a little bit slow. I don't recommend that to you. And you need to break the center, which is actually a lot of players even can't do it, and even from that openings they are getting tricked there. Thanks, Aram. I will recommend more Garogan and French because that's they hardly can trick you there. Alright, bro, not problem. Uh, okay, I would like to keep the pawn, and if I try to take this pawn, he take this. Even some rook and pawn endgames that's ending with a draw. We need to be sure we are not make a draw. This pawn can be tricky, but actually I need to take this pawn how fast as I can and move like this and take this pawn. Alright, let's have this. We have only 20 seconds, we haven't increment, but I believe we can get out from here. In my prom, I was like Hikaru from my pre-moves. Actually, I like pre-moves. Yeah, that's why I don't like leeches. They're like one pre-move. Still, we are not doing pre-move. Oh, okay, he tricked me. I thought he was gonna king a8, he didn't. What should I play for d4 as Blake? I will recommend knight f6, e6, and then d5. Okay, Char, can you resign? It's already extended very much. Okay, 8 seconds are enough, and that's all. Yes, d5 or knight f6, d5 doesn't matter so much. But I love knight f6 then d5 to just take with the knight, not a queen. Alright, let's finish the stream. Thank you everyone for coming my streams. Follow up to not lose the streams. I'm doing streams every day, okay? So Uh, okay, that's a lot. I will help you improve your chess. Just play with me and listen to me. That's all. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining. Have a great day.